Stupid.
Country liked it when she was there.
It's expensive though.
Yeah.
When you want the first turn on freedom, you'll maintain it.
Yeah, but then again, San Francisco is really expensive.
Same reason.
6 a.m. on Freedom 970.
I mean, it's a nice place to drive through, but I wouldn't stay there. It's way too expensive.
The Democratic Party, a corrupt media that's only interested in palace intrigue and Russia, deep state, Democratic Party, media, Republicans, and the president is trying to advance the agenda. How do three senators, three of them, how do they possibly get in the way and hold the entire Republican Party platform?
Do you know if they've been finding in the gratings of the Transcontinental Railroad human bodies?
That doesn't surprise me.
Why not?
Because what do you think they did with all those Chinese people that died along the railroad track? They just buried them.
Yeah, well, they exhumed several of them, and some of them were Irish and Scottish.
Well, okay, whoever was building the railroad track, a lot of people died because they worked them hard, didn't get them enough water, and just worked them.
They just threw them at the bottom of the pile and shoveled gravel over.
Let them know the international community counted on it, and we're going to start fighting back. The sanctions banned Pyongyang from exporting lead, iron, coal, and seafood. Chicago
And then when they did that, they're like, next!
Against the Trump administration over its policy of withholding grant money.
You didn't take a Harvard degree back then. You didn't take a Harvard degree at all to swing a pit.
There's been on other issues as it relates to immigration and refugee policy.
I love you too. It was just like Blazing Saddles. They go throw the rope. No, they fell this the rope. Oh, we almost lost him. Remember they pulled
A perfectly good pump card.
Yeah.
Newsroom, I'm Dane Bonner. There's a house that took 4 decades to build just for the big eclipse. KXL's Michelle Porter with more.
A local couple, John Brewster and his wife, seem to think they've got the best view for Eclipse weekend.
We've been planning for all these years to be ready for the big, great American eclipse.
No doubt, news partner KGW reported that the couple chose some vast area to build their house on, complete with a domed 7-foot telescope. So what started it all? Back in 1979, the couple missed out on the last big eclipse.
79, so it was like 4th grade.
Yeah, but did you know this eclipse will be going over the whole continent of America? I've actually found out it'll be 90. It'll be 100 years before anyone sees one like that again.
We're in the 80s for your weekend. From the 24-hour KXL newsroom, I'm Dane Bonner on Freedom 970.
As a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan,
They better hope it's not cloudy.
really helps. It's a network of vets like me.
They'd be like, oh, we wasted 4 decades of our life on
It'll still
this.
get dark.
Yeah, but you kind of want to see the eclipse. You don't want it to be cloudy.
Wall Street Journal
Like,
reports that
wasted 4 decades.
as gold as they seek
Next.
protection from global risk. For investors looking for that safe haven, gold provides. Why? Gold is a high-quality liquid asset and an invaluable hedge against uncertainty and market volatility. Do you have gold in your portfolio? I do, and the only company I use to buy gold is Goldline. 1-877-365-COIN. Goldline makes it easy to add physical gold to your portfolio, and you can buy with confidence without worrying about timing the market. Goldline offers price protection against short-term market fluctuations on qualifying purchases. 1-877-365-COIN. Goldline has been helping people diversify their portfolio with gold for 57 years, and they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. That's 1-877-365-COIN, 1-877-365-2646. Read Goldline's important risk information to see if buying gold is right for you. Is it time for a change of place? You heard me right. I said place. What if you could have more fun and less worry? Would you like fewer bills, easier meals, or even housekeeping? If you or someone you know is looking for a change of place, you need to check out Banwall Retirement Community. Steve Leader here, encouraging you to visit Banwall Retirement Community. It's like a fine hotel matched by a restaurant that's class and by a staff.
So can you take the grader off the tractor tonight?
Yeah, sure. Don't be bashful. Spend a night or two in their complimentary guest suite. Sample the amenities, room service, prime fit personal trainers, private walking paths, and so much more. Right now, you can receive $500 off your first 5 months of residency at Banwall Retirement. It's easy to learn more. Call 360-896-9140. 360-896-9140. Tell them Steve sent you.
for the Lars Larson Show. It's a pleasure to be with you on a Monday evening. I'll get back to your phone call shortly at 866-HEY-LARS. That's 866-439-5277. Emails go to me, talk@larslarson.com. And I'm joined now by one of my favorite guests, the great investigative journalist, John Stossel. Maybe I should celebrate you for your libertarianism instead of your investigative reporting, but he's a syndicated columnist at Reason.com and a New York Times best-selling journalist who most recently wrote, No, They Can't, Why Government Fails But Individuals Succeed. John, good to have you back on the program.
Good to be back. Thanks.
What can you tell me about this $2 million bathroom that New York City has decided is absolutely essential and couldn't have been built for a dime less, with 4 toilets, 4 sinks, a public building for $2 million for this restroom?
Yeah, if you look at it, it certainly doesn't look like it's worth that. They now say, all by today's standards, this would cost $3 million. And they are unapologetic, but exactly as you described, this is how government works. They spend a fortune on ordinary things. Bryant Park, run privately, not far away, has a bathroom that's nicer and busier and costs $300,000.
Now, how do they explain the difference? I mean, some of it's got to be prevailing wage and government rates.
Well, yes, prevailing, that's another point, prevailing wage, which, well, the cost about 25% more to pay these union wages. The bigger thing is the governments are just slow. It took 7 years to go through all the committees, cross all the T's, dot the I's, and they don't care. There's no real pressure. And they say they use superior materials. The materials in this other park are just as good.
John, what they do? Build titanium toilets so that they'll last?
It's very ordinary. I mean, I hope it's a sturdy operation, but it's nothing that's that special. You could buy a whole house next to the park for $500,000, and that has 4 bedrooms.
Well, and yet you've analyzed the cause of this, that they don't care, they don't have deadlines, and they're spending OPM, other people's money.
Right. This is a glaring example, but it happens all the time. But I'm excited about this. This is what you once knew me for when I started to do at KGW-TV in Portland, is do these little investigations and cut them together and confront the person behind it. And the Parks Commissioner, I was honored, agreed to give an interview, and as I say, was unapologetic. And this is my new video project, and I was excited. It's got about 3 million hits so far, so I'm getting a kick out of this new career.
Well, John, you might like, I'll throw you an idea that I ran across. You know how liberal this place is. As John mentioned, he used to be a local television news reporter in the city where I have my studios, Portland, Oregon, and way back in the day. And after he overcame his stuttering problem, which he did very successfully, you can't hear it, John. The state doesn't have very many Republicans in it anyway, but there was one elected as Secretary of State. And a few months ago, I had him on to talk about just issues of the Secretary of State's office for the first time in Republican hands, I think, in a decade. And, no other statewide elected officials are Republicans. And he's a smart guy, and he's a very sober guy. And I said, we were talking about
Republicans tend to be.
They do tend to be. And he said to me, he brought up something, and I said, I want to tell you about this. He had moved into his new offices, which he has to sign a lease with the government for, even though it's a government building. The Secretary of State has to sign a lease that has limitations in it. And he said he needed to put up a wall. Actually, it was 2 little walls that added up to about 50 or 60 feet to divide one group of workers from another group. And the walls, these 2 little walls, that totaled 50 feet, had doorways, 2 doorways in the walls. And he called up the government agency that does this kind of work. And they came out, and I think they were trying to imitate New York City. And they said that 50 feet of wall would be about $72,000. And he thought that was highway robbery, and I thought it was too. It's just a non-load-bearing wall frame.